all that said, let's get going. So hopefully you can see my mat, different colour this week. So we're going to start off as we normally do, laying down. So we don't tend to do many standing exercises on these classes, mainly because I'm using a laptop for Zoom and I'd have to kind of get up and move the camera around and it would just be quite irritating, I think. So but there's lots of other kind of online Pilates that you can probably find some more standing stuff. But anyway, all that said, so we're just going to let our spine just relax down into the mat and just really focus on our breath for a few seconds. So we're going to bring our heels of our hands to the outside of our ribs and really focus on breathing into the ribs laterally. Okay, so you're going to be trying to push your ribs into your hands as you take a nice big deep inhale. And then as you exhale, the ribs sink down and draw together. So just really focus on that. Maybe close your eyes and just feel the move now. Inhaling, feeling the ribs expand, widen, and press into the hands and let the hands move as well. Don't try and hold them still. And then exhale, feel the ribs sink down, and you can give them a little bit of encouragement to close down. Exhaling all the air out of the lungs, every last drop, and then take a nice big inhale again. This time try and inhale into your right lung. Okay, just think about your right lung only. Inhale into your right lung. And then exhale out. And I think you probably guessed it. We're now going to inhale into our left lung only. Okay, so inhaling, sending that oxygen, imagining it going just into the left side of the body. And then fully exhaling. And now just breathe into both. Okay, it's not really possible to breathe into one lung or the other, but we're just bringing focus to one side of the body. So it just brings a little bit of awareness about how fully we are inflating those lungs and letting them exhale and deflate. Okay, just resting the hands down by this side of you now, relaxing the arms, relaxing the face, turning the head from side to side, just to slowly release any tension that might be in the neck right now. And then bringing the head back to center. We're going to start off with a simple leg slide. Just better check that I move up a little bit so I actually have the ability to slide my whole leg out. So we're going to push our foot along the floor on an inhale and then slide it back and exhale, drawing the belly in and up as you go. So you're going to use your muscles in your lower belly to help move the leg. Push away on the other side now. Inhale, stretch, flex the foot. Exhale, relax the foot, slide the heel back to where you started. Keep it going. So just keep alternating. Inhale, push away, nice and gentle start. Relax the hands again if they're somewhere else. Inhale, push. Exhale, slide and relax. Inhale. Exhale back. So this is a really nice way of just tuning into our bodies, checking in how it's feeling. You might be noticing if there's any tightness in the hip flexors as you stretch one leg away. So just really encourage the front of the body, the muscles in the front of the body to relax. And then bring it back one more each side. Inhale away. Exhale. If you are new to Pilates, I'm not sure if anyone is new, just when I'm talking about breathing, don't worry about it, just forget it. Think about the moves for now and then breathe, and the breath will come later. So we don't need to get too hooked up on that. It can be a little bit difficult to understand when you first start doing Pilates. Okay, we're going to take our leg now, front leg into tabletop on an exhale, bring the right leg to meet it. A little bit more challenging, taking the first leg down and the second leg down. If this is too much, just bring it halfway and then tap it down. Okay, so you're just going to alternate like this. Otherwise, you're going to take both legs up one at a time and then bring the first leg down, the second leg down. All the while, you're really trying to keep your hips really stable and your lower back in the same position all the way through. So if you feel your back arching, when you take both legs up, that's the hardest part of the move, then just make it a little bit smaller. Try the modification that I just showed you. Okay, so just make the moves a little bit less intense by not bringing both legs off the floor. Keep it going, whatever version you're doing. I'm going to do about 4 repetitions more. I can feel it already in my lower abs. I know my upper abs are in fear because they know that they're going to be targeted fairly soon. Let's just do one more each side. And then finishing up with just giving the legs a little shake. So just try and switch these bigger muscles off, the superficial muscles, the quads, the hamstrings, all of those bigger muscles that you see in the mirror when you're doing other types of workout. They're not the ones that we want to use today. We want to use these deep buried muscles, or maybe not so buried if you're using them quite a lot. Okay, we're going to bring in a little bit of a shoulder exercise now. So we're going to just take our arms up to the ceiling, but keeping the shoulders down on the mat for the first part. And then we're going to just inhale and lift the shoulders away, but keep the head and everything else down on the floor. And then as you exhale, you just drop the shoulders down. So we're just teaching ourselves a little bit of movement in the shoulders. Inhale, reach, reach, reach as much as you can. And then exhale, just drop and melt. Couple more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drop. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. This should be really nice, especially if you're feeling really tense in the shoulders. After every one you do, you're just going to feel a little bit more relaxed. Again, then we're going to take the arms out to the side, just about an inch or two off the floor. And this time we're going to do the same thing, but we're reaching away. Okay, so we're inhaling and reaching, 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 exhaling, just letting it go slightly, but keeping the hands off the floor. Inhale, reach, reach, reach in opposite directions. Reach the fingers super long. You should feel this in your wrists and forearms. And then exhale, relax the stretch. Just 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. So still think about what those ribs are doing as well as you're breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Good, just slide the hands back to where they were. Okay, so you want a bit of room over your head to reach your arms back, so just make sure you have that now. Not so much with the legs, so you can always move down. I'm just going to do that now, so I don't need the room at the bottom of my feet up. So we're going to come into shoulder bridge. So to do that comfortably, ideally you want to have your feet underneath your knees and hip distance. Okay, so we're just going to rock the pelvis forward and back and see how it's feeling. And if it's feeling okay, then we're going to take it up. If it's not, we're just going to stay down. Don't worry about it. Miss this part out. Okay, so we're going to exhale, just slowly start to peel the hips off of the floor. And as we bring our hips up, we're going to take the arms back behind us. It's a bit like a seesaw, this one. And then as we bring the hips down, we're going to bring our hands down super slow. And then we're going to lift our head and our shoulders using our abdominals and come into the position that we start our hundreds in. Then we're going to have a little go of the hundreds. So we're going to start moving the arms. Inhaling and exhaling. We're only going to do 1 set here, and then we're going to take the arms back, and then we lift up again with those hips. Good, so we're going to do this a few times. We won't probably do all of the hundreds today, but I'm sure you won't be too upset about that. Slowly lower the hips down. We'll do backwards hundreds as well instead. Okay, lifting the head up, start pumping those arms super strong. Reach them as long as you can, relax the shoulders. Keep those wrists straight, keep the elbows fairly straight, and breathe. So we do a couple of more of these, and then we take slowly the arms back, lowering the head, giving those abdominals a little bit of a challenge, and lift the hips up as we reach back. Let's do that a few more times. So lower down, get ready to lift the head, lift the belly in and up, and pump those arms super fast as you can. Imagine a bird's wings. You're trying to take off. Keep it going. So everything else is staying still. Your torso is staying still. Your lower back staying on the floor. Everything else is rigid. Just the hands that are moving. And then we're going to take it back again. Are we getting warmer? Lift the hips, reach. You keep the head and neck relaxed. Squeeze the bottom at the top there, and then lower down. We're going to do 2 more of these. Exhale, lift, and get those arms going super, super fast. Breathe however you need to breathe. Just make sure you are breathing. Chin is slightly tucked. You're holding a tiny little tangerine in between your chin and your chest. You're looking through your legs or above a little bit, but no higher than your knees. And we roll back. We've got 1 more to go. So this one's going to be the longest, and it's also going to be our best. Slowly lower down and lift. The fastest one you can do. Keep those arms super straight. Keep those wrists straight. Fingers together. Good. Super, super fast. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Let's just hug the knees in and take a little rest. Hopefully you're warmer now. I absolutely am. So that's good because it's definitely taking a turn for the colder, isn't it? The weather now, winter's here. Okay, roll the knees around one way and then the other. Just release any tension that might have crept into the low back. Let's take a different stretch if you like. And then we're going to roll up to seated. So we're going to come to the end of the mat and get ready to do our roll downs. So we're going to do a little trial roll down first. Maybe half, third to half roll down. We're going to keep our knees bent for this first part. And we're just going to practice the softening of the spine, okay? Softening of the spinal muscles, generally. So we're going to start off with our hands under our knees. Sit super tall. Draw the belly in and up. Crown of the head reaches all the way to the ceiling. Chin is tucked. We take a big inhale and then we exhale. We just roll back, rounding the spine, tucking the pelvis, relaxing the shoulders. So let your hands and your arms just take the weight of your upper body here. This is about relaxing the spinal muscles, okay? And then we're going to keep that rounded spine as we bring our head to our knees and then sit up tall. Simple. Let's do 4 more. Exhale, roll back. Draw the belly in and up. Good. So the abdominals are holding us here as well as our arms. We're going to challenge ourselves in a second and take the arms away, but not just yet. Keep that rounded spine, nice and simple. Roll forwards. Grow tall and reset the spine. 2 more. Exhale, roll back. Rounded forward roll. Inhale, grow. Good. Exhale, last one. Keep that roundness in the spine as we move the body. And then we sit up tall. Okay, we're going to try that with our hands away, or you can keep them there if you really need to. So we're going to roll back. Same thing. A little bit more challenging. Head towards the knees. Sit tall. I know you can do it. So only 4. 3 to go. Rolling back. Good. Dive forwards. Keep the rounded spine. Last 2. I'm getting really warm here. Might have to open a window. Craziness. Okay, keep it going. Last one. So if you struggle with the roll up, the full roll up and roll down, then this is your modification. And you are best off practicing this, okay, until you get strong enough, but also loose enough in the tight muscles. So it's a combination of both things that kind of stops the roll up happening. So don't worry about it. It will come. If you know you can do it and you've done it before and you enjoy it, let's try it for you here. So we're going to sit tall, spread the legs out in front of you, nice and straight. Okay, as straight as you can get them. If they're not quite flat to the floor, it doesn't matter. We sit tall and then we roll back. So squeeze the legs together. You're not going to be able to do it without squeezing those legs and activating the inner thighs. That's going to help you. And then rolling down is probably the slightly easier part of the move. So enjoy the stretch at the bottom. Remember to squeeze the legs together to come back up again, and your bottom. So you're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, just look down at your feet. Keep exhaling. Remember that rounded shape of the spine that we created earlier. Tucking those ribs down towards the pubic bone. And let's go again. So exhale, roll. Good. I'm seeing some good shapes. For people I can see on Zoom, hopefully those of you in the Facebook Live world are also making some nice shapes. Feel free to send in videos. Let's go again. Exhale and lift. Doesn't matter if your feet slightly come off the floor. That does sometimes happen. But the aim is to stop it happening over time, okay? 1 more all the way down and all the way up. Amazing. I'm seeing some really good control here. That's what it's all about. So we're not kind of throwing ourselves down and up. We're doing it nice and slowly and precisely. Reaching up, inhaling, exhaling. Use that exhale to help you as well. That's going to help you. So round your spinal muscles and exhale. Excellent. Well done. Okay, let's try a bit of rolling. So rolling, I'm going to try steel and open leg rocker today, I think. So open leg rocker, hands underneath knees, sit tall for the start of it. So it's similar to what we were doing earlier with that roll back. It's a similar movement. So if you've got that one okay, then you should be all good with this one. Make sure you have room behind you to roll back if you are rolling. And you're going to just roll back slightly, not as far, so that your feet just come off the floor and balance here. If you don't want to roll, you just stay here. If you do want to roll, sure you all do, then we're going to extend the legs as much as you can. If they fully extend, you can grab the ankles if you can reach. If not, you can still roll from here. So if you can reach, feet are shoulder distance, chin is tucked down. We're going to inhale, roll back, exhale, roll up, and balance if you can. Inhale, exhale. Whew. You really got to blow the exhale out to help you come up. One more if you can. Keep the chin tucked so you don't roll back on your neck. We don't want any injuries. And then when you're finished, just place the feet together and sit forward if you want a little stretch. This puts us in the perfect position for still. So we're going to put our hands underneath the outside of our ankles, so through and under. And then we sit back and balance again. So we're either here if we're not rolling. If we are rolling, we're going to go for it. So we're going to clap our feet together 3 times, soles of the feet together. We roll back, we clap 3 times and come back up again. So the knees are quite wide, getting a little stretch in the inner thighs. And the position that you're in, you're kind of forced to stay in this rounded position because the hands are under the ankles. So there's no way out of it really. 3 claps if you can. 3 claps when you go back. 1 more for fun. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Let's face it. It should just all be good fun. Okay, so it is teaching us some good muscle control, but it is a little bit of a laugh as well. Okay, we're going to come back down to the mat again. So we're going to just use it as an opportunity to roll down. So we did a full roll down or hold on to the back of your knees, draw the belly in up, roll down super slow. Or maybe a little bit faster this time. Okay, so we have to do a little bit more abs. Because that's kind of why we're here. Most Pilates exercises do use the abdominals, even if they don't look like they are. We are always constantly drawing our belly in and up, but only to about 30–40%. So we're not gripping on for dear life. We're not holding everything so tight that we can't breathe. And we're just keeping a little bit of tension, drawing everything into our center throughout all the moves. And then we're essentially strengthening our body in a good alignment and good position. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more about alignment. Now we're going to do our 1 leg circle. So we're going to hug our left knee in, extend the right leg. The right leg is as flat to the floor as it can be, and the foot is flexed, okay? So you're just hugging that knee in. You're going to pick where your leg is going to be. So it's either here, if you can't fully extend your leg, or it's here, yeah? So bent knee, straight leg, effectively. Just pushing on your knee here should give you a little bit of abdominal tension across those low and mid abdominals. I can already feel that just by pushing. So if you think about it, you're keeping your knee in this position and then you're moving it around and bringing it back to this home position all the time. So you're holding it and moving the leg using your abdominals. So rest your hands down, try and keep your hips super still. We're going to take the knee, if you're doing the bent knee version, out to the side, crossing the body and back without moving anything else. So rock solid here. Extending the leg if you want to, you're just drawing a circle with your toes. And you're only going as big as you can control with your abdominals. Okay, so keep the head and the shoulders down and relaxed. You can use your hands to push down into the floor for a bit more stability if that feels right for you. You're going to feel it more in your abs if you do that, pushing down into the floor. Let's do 1 more in this direction. This is one of my favorite exercises. I've always loved it. And then we go the other way. So we're going to cross down, out and back. Across the body, down, out and back. Keep pushing on the foot that's flexed, the right foot that's on the floor. That's going to help keep you in balance as well and aligned. Just 2 more here. So normally we're exhaling on the way back to the home position. Yeah, and then we swap over. So we're going to stretch the left leg out now, still in line with the body. Hug that right knee in. Ooh, really need that today. Okay, so hips aligned. They sometimes go up and, sort of out of alignment slightly. So you just need to sort them out first. And then we're going to just bring that leg to your preferred position. Just push on the knee and just check you can feel the abdominals again. Hopefully, yes. Okay, and then hands to the floor or resting on your hips, wherever you want to be. Flexing the opposite foot, we go out, across and back. Really try and make it the whole circle. Okay, so feel every part of that circle. And really stretch the toes away, so you're extending that leg out of the hip. So we're giving ourselves nice core strength, but we're also giving ourselves some mobility in the hips if they're tight. So it might feel quite challenging initially, but the more you do this one, the bigger you go. One more, I think. Always lose count on these. 5 or 6, you know, it's not a big deal. Just don't do more, really. You don't need to do any more. Let's cross the other way, out to the side, back. Maybe try it without pushing your hands down into the floor, and then try it with, and you should notice the difference of how it feels. Good. Couple more. Exhaling to bring it home. Inhaling to take it away. Last one. Pretty sure I added one on each side there, but doesn't matter. Hug the knees. Okay, so we are going to try a single leg and double leg stretch. It's a similar thing. We're hugging the knee in, but we're holding with both hands this time for single leg stretch. We're either taking our leg to 45 degrees or 90 degrees, wherever you want to be. This is slightly less intense on the abdominals, so you choose where you want to be. Hug it in, and then swap. So you're just swapping between the two positions. And the thing that is helping you stay super still, yep, you guessed it, your abdominals, okay? So the lower you go with your leg, the more you're challenging your abdominals. You can test it by doing a couple here and then taking it a bit higher. You're going to hit a different part of the abdominals each time. You can, if your neck starts to bother you, put your head down. You're still going to do a little bit of strength work here, just not going to be quite as intense for those upper abdominals. Let's do 8 more. 7, exhale as you change. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, hug it in. Lower the head, circle the knees if you need it, stretch whatever you need to stretch. It's all good. Always taking a stretch after the moves is such a good idea, because we're tensing everything and then we're releasing, and we're tensing and releasing, and that's where you build strength and stamina. So if you go through the whole class without taking a rest, then your body's going to get too fatigued. And fatigue, Joseph Pilates believed, this is his thing, that overtaxing the muscles causes disease over time. Not specifically sure what diseases he means, but that was his belief. So he kind of design the system so that you work your body, each part of your body, a little, enough to kind of do something, but not overly work. Okay, so we're going to take our scissor stretch now. We're going to take one leg down towards the floor. I think I've just about given myself enough room, and then we swap. So you get your leg as straight as you can, or legs, not just one leg, and then see if you can just pull that leg in towards you and really stretch the back of the leg. Lovely stretch here. Let's try 8 more, a little bit faster. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in. Okay, one of my favorite exercises now. Elbows are going to be pushing into the floor and your arms are bent so that you can have some really strong stability here. So think of a kind of stabilizer on a bicycle. You have that extra support each side so that you don't fall over. Gives you a really strong center. So we're going to take our legs either here, tabletop, or feet on the floor, up to you. More intense slightly with your legs in this position. Okay, so we're just doing our side lying stretch. We're going to take our legs over to the back, pushing down on the floor with those elbows really strongly. Inhaling as you take it over and feeling the side stretch, pushing down even more to bring those knees back to center. Inhaling over. You don't need to touch the floor with your knees. Just try and keep the knees stacked, okay? One on top of the other. Exhale back. It's going to keep our pelvis in good alignment. Inhale. Exhale. So it's like a little twist from side to side, but super slow. Good. Really use the exhale to help activate those side waist muscles, the obliques, also part of the core, the abdominals. And they don't take long to get strong, okay? So just a few of these a day will be amazing. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, back. If you want to make it more challenging, you can take the legs over and extend the top leg. That's really getting sassy now. And then back to center. Same thing. Extend. And back. Let's just do 4 more, okay? 2 more each side. Good. 3 more. Both legs. I'm going to try it. Bit too much today for me, I think. And then over. One side always a bit happier than the other with me. 1 more time. No legs extended. And then back to center. Excellent. Well done. Hung it in. Okay, let's turn over onto our front. Mixing it up a bit today. So we're going to do our single leg, double leg stretch combo, a few planky positions, just to really give us a nice, well-rounded class today. So a little bit more focus on the upper back now. We're going to give our abs a little bit of a break. We're going to give them a little bit of stretch now as well. So we're going to come up onto our elbows, and you should feel a little stretch in the front of the body there. Just let the belly sort of drop down and just pull yourself forward by pulling your elbows back, and that should give you a nice stretch. Okay, we stay in a similar position. We just bring our palms together. Our legs are about hip distance. And then all we're going to do, lift the belly in and up slightly away. So you're not just relaxing down with the belly now. It's slightly lifted and active. So that's going to keep our spinal muscles active as well. And then we're going to keep our foot really loose, but squeeze your bottom as hard as you can. Stretch those legs so the knees come off the floor. Try and keep that lift as you kick 2 times, and then the foot comes back. So just one leg and then the other. Kick, kick, keep the belly lifted in and up as well. Kick, kick. Exhale as you kick. Good. So bottom is squeezing, foot is floppy and relaxed. 4 more. 4. 3. Push down on the elbows. Belly lifts in and up. 2. And 1. Amazing. Okay, let's lower down. Bring the legs together now, if you can. Turn your head to face me. Hands come behind the back. Lift them up as high as you can. Lower the elbows down. So we're going to kick 3 times this time. Same thing though. So squeeze the bottom. Kick 3, 2, 1. Feet come down. Head and chest lift, and we squeeze those shoulders as hard as we can as we look straight ahead. Turn the other way. Hands come back. 3, 2, 1. Feet down. And we lift. Squeeze the whole of the back of the body. Hands come down again. Kick 3, 2, 1. We are halfway. We have 3 to go. Turn your head. Exhaling on the kick. Inhaling, stretching and lifting. 1 more. Oh no, 2 more. Reach back, I think. We've got to end on the other side. So head down. 3, 2, 1. I'm human. I forget sometimes. And then bring those hands back behind you. Okay, our step we're going to do backwards hundreds. And we're in a perfect position to do it now. So head is looking down at your mat now. Neck is long. Hands come apart. Palms face up. Gather your energy. You're going to need it. Squeeze your bottom and start pumping those arms. Super strong towards the ceiling, as if you're patting the ceiling with the palm of your hands. You're reaching your fingers down towards the back of your knees. So you're drawing your shoulders down. You're squeezing your shoulders together as well. There's so much going on here. We are really getting strong. And we're breathing. Yes, we are, hopefully. Okay, keep those arms going as fast as you can. Doesn't matter. As long as you're challenging yourself and you're feeling something, you're feeling some work, you're going to get stronger. Okay, keep it going. Breathing however you want to breathe. Just looking down at your mat. Close your eyes if you want to feel the sensation of those muscles working super hard to keep your head and chest lifted slightly off of the floor. We don't want to squash our face. Okay, squeeze that bottom even more. Squeeze the feet together if you can. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, hands come down. Just make sure you have a little bit of room above your head. So I'm just going to shift my body down slightly. And then our hands now are going to come over our head. And we're going to place the fingers on the floor like big spiders. Sounds the only way I could describe it, really. So the fingertips are pressing into the floor. Our hands are about shoulder distance, but our shoulders are down and relaxed. So we're not overreaching. They're just somewhere in front of us. The arms get a little rest now, but the head comes back to the same position. We stretch our legs super long and our feet just float magically off the floor. We keep that lift using our glutes, our bottom muscles, to keep them lifted. And then we're going to kick super fast. You guessed it, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you want a little bit more, we're going to now take the feet apart, bring the heels together. The hands can stay where they are, or they can come out to the side in a T shape and lift them off the floor. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower down, just turn the head to the side. Give the glutes a little break. They should be burning a little bit if you're really squeezing them. Okay, one more upper back, and then we're moving on to our side bends. So upper back should be feeling a little bit awake now. We are going to carry on challenging it. So we're going to take our arms out into a kind of capital E shape. Your arms at the top and the bottom, your head and neck in the middle part. Great description. Okay, so we are going to keep our head lifted slightly, neck long, looking down. We're going to lift up just with the upper back and the shoulders, with the elbows staying on the floor. Relax the legs wherever you want to. Okay, so once you can't come any higher without pushing into the floor, you're going to add that little push and lift. Then you're going to lower down and relax everything. Let's do this a couple of times. Checking in with our back, making sure it's happy with this. Drawing our shoulder blades together behind us. If this is okay for you and you're feeling it, it's challenging, stay with this. This is going to do great things. If you want a little bit more, a slight modification, or a little more of a challenge, we're going to lift to the point where we can't go any higher without pushing into our hands. Then we're going to float our elbows off of the floor and pull our arms back so that they're back towards our thighs. And you can just touch the thighs if you want to. Then we're going to bring the arms back to where they were and lower down. So we lift, and then we lift again. And then we extend the arms, and then we bring them back and lower. Good. So we lift, carry on that lift. So we can smooth it out a bit now. Instead of making it a two-part lift, we're going to just lift it up in one. Squeeze the bottom, keep looking down, keep your neck safe. Just extending the arms back. Let's do 4 more. Lift, reach, back, and lower. 3 to go. Breathe however you think is the best way for you here. This is a challenge. I'm feeling it in my shoulders and arms. Let's do 1 more for luck. Lift, back, extend, and down. Amazing. I'm sweating here. I don't know about you guys. Okay, so some plank moves and then some side bends. So we're going to come up into a plank from here if you can. So underneath, hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, push all the way up into a plank, or do it on your knees first, then lift up. So we're right into a plank. I'm just going to shift my hands forward slightly. So bottom in line with the rest of the body. And we're just going to rock forward and back here. Forward and back. Just stretching the base, the soles of the feet. And then we're going to take it into a side plank. So if you're on your knees, you can still do the same thing. We're just going to turn to the side and lift that front arm up. Down and change. So we're going to just alternate, looking at the back of the room and the front of the room. If you're in full plank, you can do the same thing. Just turn on your feet and lift that top arm up. Bring it to the front, level up. Take it down, stretch. 2 more each side. Keep that breath flowing. Feeling strong in the side waist. Squeeze everything, squeeze your bottom. Keeping everything stacked. 1 more each side. Keep the breath flowing. Back to your plank, bring 1 knee down and the other knee down. And then let's just sit back. Nice little rest. just to give the body time to cool down slightly. Those final couple of moves, quite challenging for the back of the body, and the pulse rate is probably lifted. How long have we got left? Oh, hurrah, we've got a few minutes yet. Okay, so really let the chest soften down towards the mat. Sit back as far as you can onto your heels, soften the lower back. Okay, and then we're going to try our side bends. So it's a little bit like the plank that we did, but there's some nicer options if you're fed up with planks now. So it's a little bit more shoulder strengthening, a little bit more alignment with the hips. So we start off with level 1. This is our level 1. We just lift the hips and reach up and over. Level 2 is adding on that leg, and level 3 is the full side plank that's going straight into it rather than coming from a front plank. Okay, so we're going to do about 6, and you can make them all level 3, you can make them all level 2 or level 1, or you can mix it up. It's entirely up to you. Freedom of choice. Okay, so we're going to exhale as we lift, and just make sure that we're reaching that arm up and over, so we're getting a lovely side stretch. And then we come back down, go again. Exhale, lift. This is our level 1. I'm going to go straight into level 2 now. Exhale and reach that top leg away. Back down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale to rest. Level 3 already. How did that happen? The foot comes in front. We push into a lovely side bend stretch. Back down. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, so you're keeping your shoulders safe. Do what you need to do to make it safe for you. And then we spin around to the other side. Should have tied my hair back today. It's going crazy. Okay. Not very practical. Having a fluffy hair going in my face and swallowing it. Okay, so getting ready to go. Level 1. Reach up and over. Oh, it feels nice to go to this side because it hasn't done much. Okay. Nice rest for now, and then it gets harder. Level 2 if you want it. Enjoy that lovely side stretch. And level 3 if you want a little bit more. We should do it the other way, shouldn't we? We should go level 3 first. Okay, up and over. And up and over one more time. Good. And then we're in a perfect position to do leg lift front. Okay, so we have options here. I'm going to very quickly show you. Box position, lift the hips, build strength in the back of the body, keep the head in line with the spine. This option is just one leg lifting, so your hips and your bottom is squeezing to lift you up, and you swap halfway, because we do 2, or you can have both legs extended, just soften the elbows slightly to give yourself some space to push up into the full lift. Okay, so we're going to do it twice, and on the second one I'm going to give you this lovely or not so lovely option depending on how strong you're feeling. So get ready, get yourself up for this one. This is a toughie, but it's good for us. Okay, the moves that we struggle with are the ones that we need generally. So if there's something that you're like, oh, I really hate that one, learn to love. Okay, so pick your level. We're going to squeeze the hips, soften the elbows, lift them up and hold. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Just circle those wrists a little bit. Okay, so same thing. You can just hold at the top there. If you had one leg bent and the other leg, then swap over. If you want to do the leg pull, I'm going to struggle, but I'm going to do it because I know it's good for me. So, very tired today. So get ready to lift the hips up. Hold it there. Super strong. Amazing. Okay, and then we're going to push down into the right heel, float the left leg up. Yes, people are joining me. And then we change. Other side. With the exhale. One more time if you can do it each side. Push down on the heel. If this doesn't feel right, don't do it. Don't worry. We did it. And then lower down. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. Take a little step forward. And a breath. Whew. So you might feel the stretch here, a little bit in the outer hips, a little bit in the inner thighs. If you can now, just fold the body forward as much as you can. Try and relax the spine and the hips. You can always take the feet further away if you need to. And just let the body calm down slowly. Let the breath settle. Close the eyes. Relax the face. And then just for a couple of final stretches, we're just going to lower ourselves back down to the mat. You can use it as a roll down, or you can make it a little bit kinder by just hugging those knees in. Turn the head from side to side. We're back to where we started. Good, relax as much as you can. And then we're going to have a little stretch for both legs, I think. So we're going to bring the back leg up. Hold wherever you can, just not on the knee, so either under or above. You can stretch the opposite leg away if you want to. And then we're going to just take it out to the side, so stretch the inner thigh. So just support the outer part of the thigh, keep the opposite hip on the floor, and just have your hand underneath just to support, and just feel the stretch in the inner thigh there. All of those planks, especially the side planks, they do work a little bit into the inner thigh, so we'll just give them a little stretch. Just in case we don't want to ignore those muscles. Neglect the word I was thinking of. Let's not neglect any muscles today. Okay, and then just slowly bring that leg back in. Change sides. So hug it in, stretch the leg away if you want to. Extend. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg first. Then put the hand underneath the outer thigh. Keep your opposite hip down. So just place your hand onto your opposite hip and just let the leg drop out. Try and relax the face, relax the shoulders. Relax the opposite leg as well. For once, I'm not telling you to flex the foot and push the heel into the floor. Make the most of it. Okay, and then just letting those legs just come together. Just let them come forward. We're just going to have a little neck stretch actually. I don't need neck stretch today. So we're just going to come into a comfortable seated position, wherever that is, lotus, crossing the legs, sitting on a chair, whatever you want. Nice straight spine. We're just going to bring our right hand to our left ear. Drop the left elbow down. You can even sit on that hand just to keep it still and down. And then just pull the head gently over to the side. And if you want a little bit more, you can just look down towards your armpit. Or maybe come back up, just check between the two, just move slowly. Let go of any tension there. Calming down the breath. Let's bring the head back up. So let's just push it on the opposite side of the head. Make it nice and gentle. Left hand to right ear. Relax the right shoulder. Ooh, it's deeper stretch on this side today for me. Maybe turn the head down as well, or just work between the two. So bringing the face back up and down really slowly. And then back up to center, just push the head back up. Let's roll the shoulders a couple of times. And hopefully you enjoyed the class. Well done. It's lovely to see so many people. A few people have left before the end, but maybe they had to rush off to work. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next Thursday, same time, same place, Zoom or Facebook. Have a great week.